Hi, Taurus Moons. Thank you so much for being here. I am Divine Femme Carrot 144, very happy, grateful, and blessed to bring you this reading. This reading is designed for those who have their moon sign in the zodiac sign of Taurus, unlimited to anyone who should find this message or should this message find you. For your reading, I will be doing what was supposed to be a Celtic spread. I don't know if we'll get to that because you have a message that wanted to come through here. With the Seven of Swords being at the bottom, I went to look for the Sun card, which is what I actually channeled for you. And what I found connected to that, it's all going to be here where I feel you have an actual message versus the actual Celtic spread. So we're just going to go with the flow. But what I do gather here is an apology coming from someone, and this being the reason for the apology. Take what resonates. You could be the person giving the apology or the one that's receiving the apology. And so the receiver of that apology, I do feel, is going to be on the outside of this, but it will explain. Like I was picking up, it will explain how the person outside of this was affected and why that apology is here. And then we also have, leading from this Page of Pentacles, the Five of Wands, Five of Rods reversed will be here. That kind of speaking to the end of fighting, pretty much removing oneself from any kind of battle. I did get no longer resisting, even though that's a Seven of Rods. But in the reversal of that Five of Rods, I also got the upright energy of a Four Rod, of someone removing themselves from a fight and then placing themselves into stability. So then I also get, with that removal of the one rod there, King of Rods possibly, with the Page of Pentacles, I get this page energy being about messaging energy, but I actually see King in this card here. Okay, so let's get to it. So again, I went to look for the Sun card. It's still in here, and it'll present itself as I go through these cards. Oh, let me speak on this here. So we've got rose quartz here. This is going to be for love. This just energetically showed up on the scene here. While I was preparing your reading, I found it located somewhere else. Had it in my hand. Went to actually sit down and look at the card. I'm like, how did that get there? I don't recall putting that there, but it energetically wanted to be there. So we'll put it up here. And then the title that I have channeled for you here is Tower Road. So we'll leave that up there too. The Tower is going to be a card of 16 in the Major Arcana. And then before I do get to the actual cards here, Medea Goes to Jail is a movie created by Tyler Perry that some of that story and that movie I feel is going to align with what I'm getting here. And so that movie, it's not really about, it's about Medea going to jail, but the storyline is not about, I mean, it is about Medea going to jail, but it's not. So one of the main parts of that movie is about two people, two friends, one female, one male. They were, I believe, college friends. And Keisha Knight Pulliam, who played Rudy in the Cosby Show, is the female in that character. And I believe when after college, these two kind of went their own ways and then met up again. But the way they met up was Keisha's character in that movie, Medea Goes to Jail, was a prostitute. And I think she ended up in like the court system or something like that. And that's how the Medea situation comes in. And so Keisha, her character, who she's friends with, I believe he's also a lawyer, and he's getting married to a lawyer. So I'm not exactly sure how that all comes into play, but they end up reconnecting. I think over time they find, they're kind of magnetizing towards each other and trying to keep their own separate situations in life, but just eventually realizing how much they care for each other, just as friends. And so the guy friend is engaged, and he's engaged to a mega super bitch who's also a lawyer. Um, she tries to put dark light. Notice I said dark light. And when I say that, it's like almost like an exposure of trying to make someone look bad. I'll explain it that way. So she pretty much lied on her fiance's friend from college and tried to make her look like something that she's not. I think she tried to frame her or something like that so that she'd end up going to jail for a long time away from her fiance, because I think she was catching that they were actually he was helping her and she didn't like it. And so it turns out she ends up getting found out for the stuff that she did, and then that just deters the guy friend completely. They don't get married. I think the two friends end up together. I'm not sure. I'm gonna have to watch this movie again. It was on the other night when I went to visit my dear Sagittarius friend, neighborhood friend, childhood friend. And so I picked that up. So take what resonates for that. But I feel it's about judging other people. And everyone has different circumstances. Everyone is here for different reasons. And the path that everyone goes on is designed specifically for that person, whether it be something different. I just feel it's all about judgment. So judgment may be a heavy part of this here too, in the judgment card coming through. That's actually a card of 20. It's right before the world card, which speaks to the end of major karmic cycles. So I get getting away from prejudging others based off of their circumstances, because you never know why that person. First, we choose our paths and our, what it is as a part of our souls that we know is going to help us to get to where we want to go. This is what we sign up for before we even get here. And so I do feel it's about not judging people based off of their circumstances, and this just being about what we try to teach kids in. Well, I know here and where I'm from the state of Iowa, trying to teach kids that character counts. That's a really huge thing around here in the schools here, and even outside of the schools, in any kind of kid program of positivity and upliftment. But there's 7 pillars to the character counts, and I might actually post that. I don't know. I'm going to incorporate that in some way. Do look that up, but I feel that that's going to be a part of this here too. And judging people. And now Martin Luther King Jr. is also coming through here too, but not judging people, because no one's better than anyone. And, people's certain circumstances get one to certain positions. You don't know how that person or why that person received what it is that they received, or why they have what they have, or why they're in certain situations that they're in. Where it could also be to, what I found is that, there's spiritual warfare out here, where there's been covert narcissism going around like crazy, and energetic negative intent being sent. And so doing things behind closed doors, and then keeping one's hands behind one's back and saying, I didn't do anything, but completely causing all kinds of chaos for other people energetically in order to make it look like something that it's not. Alright, so you have the 7 of Swords at the bottom of the deck. But I'm just going to go through, because I feel that this Queen of Pentacles reversed is connected to this, is the 7 of Swords person. I also get the Chariot reverse being almost like a block of some sort. That Queen of Pentacle energy is going to be one who is terrible with finances. As soon as they get money, they lose it. It's the opposite of everything about the Queen of Pentacles. So not being a warm and nurturing person, not being one who likes to share and give, being very closed off at times, very materialistic and only concerned about themselves, where they may have children, but they don't put those children as a priority. So, sorry. I'm sorry that someone's wishes were not granted, that I went into complete hermit mode and isolated myself from you. And in doing so, I did not communicate, and this being physical communication, and blocked you, caused confusion, made you an option with the Seven of Cups. And then with the Lovers reversed here, I do get this being about, and this will be about a choice, but this is about that option being a bad choice. Reverse Lovers energy is going to be disharmony. That I blocked you and then also made you an option, choosing a disharmonic, how do I say that? Unharmonic, disharmonic connection. That I chose that creating even more of a block. Probably feeling like not winning here too, because this Queen of Pentacles has been stealing. So they may have found out that they were being stolen from. I do see that Ace of Pentacles being gifted here to this reverse Queen of Pentacles, and then that just confirming everything that was here. I feel with them giving them this Ace of Pentacles, on top of them having this, with that materialism, them feeling like they don't have enough. That's also the Queen of Pentacles reversed too. Having everything, but feeling like you still don't have enough. So you could have trillions of dollars and still feel like you don't have enough. I don't know how that's possible, but that's what I get here. And then that just going into the Seven of Swords and doing more taking of what is not theirs. So in me saying that, I feel that this, and I do get a king here. We do have queen energy here, reverse queen energy. So most likely this will be the King of Pentacles. But I feel that they may have found out that this Queen of Pentacles reverse stole from them in major ways, in many ways. So then, and I'm going to kind of layer the cards here. I think what we'll do is start here and then go here and then so on and so forth. So we have the Five of Rods of not fighting, that leading into the apology. Three of Cups reversed is unhappiness. So probably realizing that they were unhappy, and discovering why. And then finding out probably more than they bargained for. Ten of Cups reverse, unhappy home. Third party, they may have been cheating here too. This reverse Queen of Wands. And then also with the unhappy home, there may have been fighting in the home here too. I get this being that king being very unhappy. Loss of money. And then the Tower. So a Tower happening, someone losing a major amount of money. It going down the tube. Like I almost see it like connected right here. And then just kind of seeing, I think someone reflected and then decided to make significant change. So then behind here we have a wish someone's destiny not being granted or fulfilled. This is about losing hope here too. You have the reverse Queen of Cups and the reverse Queen of Rods. So with that rod energy and one taking the rod out of the situation here, most likely is going to be connected in some kind of way. But I do see I got this as two different people here. The Queen of Cups reversed and the Queen of Rods reversed. Connected to, I got plotting or planning to prevent one's destiny, and this just backfiring where the truth is seen. So then, and this will be investment, Seven of Pentacles reversed, blocking investment of someone's destiny, death, not ending a situation that needs to die. And being connected to this is about the Six of Rods reverse is going to be lack of status, but also lack of confidence as well. And then here's the Ten of Pentacles. I picked this up in the last reading I did for Aries as a child who knows what's happening behind these closed doors here, connected to some covert narcissism. I do see this mansion here as tower energy, like being built up on something that's based on lies. I got this energy also too as being very bland and without love or happiness, and we do have that here with the reverse Ten of Cups connected to this 10 here of Pentacles. So what I think I'm going to do is just go to the Star card. We'll clarify the Star card, or not the Star card. Okay, so given that I just said that, upright star energy, wishes, destiny, hope is here, and it's happening due to the change of what's taken place here. But I was going to say I'm going to make it to the Sun card, and then we'll get that Sun card just to show what was all leading from the Sun card, what's surrounding the Sun card, and then what has followed. So here's the reverse Four of Wands. I do get this being about the unhappiness connected to what I picked up here with the Ten of Pentacles, and then just in general here. This also being about not being a twin flame here too. And then 1111 could be significant here. Then we have, look, here's the King of Pentacles reverse. So in making a selection, I feel this is about being in this position, maybe losing money, and then getting down to the nitty-gritty, and that being a part of this reflection here too. Because this will be similar to the Queen of Pentacles here, where I'm getting this being more about losing money connected to one's choices. Possibly holding on too tightly in certain areas. And then I see a strong Taurus energy here. So take what resonates for that as well. High Priestess reversed. And this King is looking right at the High Priestess, even though they're both in reverse. And I feel this is about him not listening. I don't feel that it's about this High Priestess being reversed. I feel it's about the King not listening to their intuition. Not moving away from what does not serve them. King of Cups, this is going to be withholding. Notice the face. It's going this way, looking towards what it is that they feel from within that they're not going towards. And so I feel in not going towards what they knew from deep within, this is the result. Withholding emotion, withholding money, withholding emotion, withholding from themselves pretty much. Judgment reverse, not wanting to, this is being resistant to change. So then that reverse Seven of Wands that I picked up, coming from that, what was that, okay, well, you know. So I get that reverse Seven of Wands coming through connected to this and not wanting to face change. And all of this is heading right towards that Rose Quartz. Rose Quartz is going to be about love. It's also going to be a crystal for twin flames as well. Here's the Two of Rods reversed. Strong Scorpio energy. And then I see this as poor judgment, making an offer. Again, I feel this is like a reiteration where someone just keeps seeing how they made a certain choice and why that has affected them so greatly here. Putting action towards something else with the reverse energy, I just get that being towards not listening to their intuition. And then here we have the King of Rods. But this is in the upright versus that reversal there. So with that reversal Queen of Rods too, I do want to say that that's going to be like super witchy energy, sending the negative intent also too. And that following or being around the star card, that's going to confirm what I got here with this now being here in the upright. And then the King of Rods seeing, like I get this being like a, almost like a breakup. Not necessarily a breakup, but not choosing love, not choosing true love. Hierophant will be loyalty and one's beliefs, where I'm getting not following one's happiness, one's soul, one's truth. More interested in this, and this being about overpowering that, being super strong and avoiding this, and then hiding all of it by covering up with so much here. Scorpio energy will be here. That reversal energy may speak to all that here too. And then the Knight of Pentacles will be here. This is slow to give and make an offer. Wearing the pentacles on the armor here too, I notice. So maybe showing off. Here's the more of the breakup energy, but I get this being more of the disharmony of a Two of Cup connection, or this just not taking place because there was so much stagnancy here. So someone seeing what they had versus what they have with the choice that they made is also what I'm getting here too, and then Justice being here. Eight of Cups, walking away from what does not serve, and I feel that this is getting into the other person that they're apologizing to. So what I'm going to do here, and we have the Wheel of Fortune, the Truth, transparency with the Moon reversed. This person, the other person receiving this apology, walked away from what was not serving them, possibly walking towards what they felt was. Ten of Wands, here we go. Ten of Rods, moving towards love and justice, but then possibly being given a disservice here by the choice here that we see here. Ten of Swords reversed, Four of Swords reversed, and here's the Hangman. Six of Pentacles reversed, the Empress reversed, the Sun reversed. And then here's the block energy of the Eight of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords being here, next to the Fool card reverse. And this being about stagnancy here too. So I get major stagnancy connected to a destiny here. Intentive blocks being set. And as I see the Empress reverse here, that just takes me to these two cards here. So take what resonates, and they're going to be connected to the darkness here of the Sun card being reversed. I channeled you as having the Sun card in the upright, so I think that's what we're going to do quickly here to clarify, just to show that this Queen of Swords, and this is the Aries energy, was blocked. And this will be breadcrumbing. So the Empress, I'm getting the Empress stepping in, this Empress energy here, and this will be a reverse Empress, speaking to this not actually being an Empress energy, creating and causing stagnancy. I just see all that here. And then I do get this being the other person here, where they removed themselves, became transparent, and then decided to walk away. But I felt like they were walking towards what they thought would be a true connection, and then that ended up not happening, if that makes sense. So let's go ahead, we'll grab the Sun card here. Justice wanted to be here at the top in the upright overall, so Divine coming through to see all this through. Everything works out the way it's supposed to. Alright, so let me shuffle. We'll clarify the Sun card. The Sun's actually coming out. Wow, that's pretty. It was a little dark when I started this. I don't know if I got brighter on this video where you could see that. That's cool. Okay, so the significator for the Sun card for Taurus Moon. This will be a card of 19 in the Major Arcana. The Page of Pentacles and the Apology. So along with that reverse moon of transparency, I get that being connected to the soulmate partnership of who it is that this king here is apologizing to. I want to take note that this is upright energy versus that reversal king of pentacles energy. What is crossing this energy here? The devil. That will be addictions, obsessions, temptations, surrounding oneself with toxic behavior. This could be coming from others. And it doesn't have to be them actually surrounding themselves. Totally could be about their choices. But it could also be attachments. And as I say that, the Mars aura just began. Let's see what crowns this energy. Destiny. The Star card. Right over that, Medea goes to jail. And I do see a peacock energy in that card. That's a very pretty card. I love these cards. So what is beneath one? And this was in reverse, but the Celtic doesn't take reverse. So I did get that energy of this being brought to light. So Seven of Swords being beneath. And with the association of the devil and these two cards connecting, that's just going to speak to this here. What's behind this energy? King of Rods. So that kind of explaining what I picked up, where I get this being more about the player type. Maybe someone feeling like having multiple partners or having one person here and then one person here. And that being a part of the 3D construct when it comes to masculines was okay. And then getting themselves in a complete mess and realizing their choices and that they probably shouldn't have done that. So what's before this energy? Five of Pentacles. And this will be the energy of the person receiving the apology that was left out in the cold. The attitude of this energy. Page of Swords. Where with that, I'm getting the High Priestess being this Five of Pentacles. Just given that they were looking at each other with those two reversals. I remember seeing that. That's what I get here. I don't get spying. I just get watching. I feel that the High Priestess energy is going to be an inspiration for this energy here. So I'm getting like, I see confidence. Confidence about moving forward, about arming oneself up. Maybe even to make this apology here. So maybe watching and strategizing here too. In order to make the, like learning lessons from the past. Doing what's necessary to make the right moves. Swords energy will be air energy, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. And then I do see a little bit of communication. So telepathy could be significant. I'm also getting connect to the Queen of Swords and that Aries Moon energy. And that upright Queen energy being connected to the High Priestess. Also being an upright Empress as well. The environment energy of this person. And I almost want to keep this like this. Just because of what we've seen in the preface to this Celtic here. And this being why this was in reverse. Wanting to get away from this and fighting. Someone's tired of fighting. They're probably tired of fighting the Seven of Swords, who's been stealing. Tired of fighting themselves. Tired of fighting this Five energy here. And it could even be this High Priestess being in a Five of Rod energy of fighting for themselves, given that they were left out in the cold, connected to their destiny. Hopes and fears. Okay, so the reverse energy is here again. That there is no burden, no baggage. I feel wanting to be a part of a connection that is just love. That it doesn't come with a whole bunch of bullshit. Because I do feel what it is that they have experience connected to this here is going to also involve this here, with the Five of Rods being twice presented in this card here, where I did get them being tired of fighting. So just hoping that there's no fighting. Maybe fearing this here too, and in fearing it, it created the cloudiness of one's judgment. Okay, so then the outcome. Oh, how beautiful. We have the Nine of Cups in the upright. Wishes granted and fulfilled. This is just nice. How beautiful is this? What a beautiful reading here. So someone, there being illumination of the truth, and then with the illumination, someone now making the right decision. Wishes granted. So you have two wish energies here of wish fulfillment with the Star card and the Nine of Cups. But this being more about destiny. Someone seeing where their destiny is. And then this is right over the crown. I noticed I just placed that on the crown of this king who manifested this, along with that High Priestess that I do get being that Five of Pentacles that they cannot take their eye off of. Beautiful. Alright, so I'm not going to do a major arcana. Actually, let me go grab it. I'll do it real quick. Okay, there's that. And I'm going to grab my moon cards here too. Zodiac cards as well. We'll get one of each here. We'll get a major arcana. There's the High Priestess. We have three cards here. That Three of Cups reverse could also be about third-party situations here. But look what's back here. And the High Priestess is on top of this. I feel like they may have given guidance. This may be an I told you so, but I don't feel, I just get grace with this High Priestess and a very loving, unconditional loving energy. But having the knowing, and maybe might have told this king beforehand, before they even made their judgment. And realizing that they may have made their judgment based off of sexual attraction, temptation. So that's what I get here with the High Priestess, but that just confirms what I was picking up there. And then we have the Tower and the Fool. Now here, I don't get this. Now, take what resonates. This could be about this Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment, a leap of faith that's taking place now, connected to the High Priestess. In the past, I've gotten this card as someone being caught with their pants down, but I feel that this is more about a leap of faith being taken. I feel, oh my gosh, I want to say that the Seven of Swords may also be, it could be male or female, but I do feel that there may have been some cheating. Someone got caught cheating, someone got caught stealing, someone got caught doing something. And I get this being about the High Priestess having predicted this. And the Tower being right here. Tower Road. And so it could be that this king feels foolish, because I'm also seeing them looking again right at the High Priestess here. The way that these cards form, I feel that this is about the High Priestess predicting this happening. And now because of a choice that was made against that, Tower is here, and this person feels foolish. On the bottom, we have the Star card. But in feeling foolish, now here we have two Star cards. Nine of Cups, wish fulfillment. This being a leap of faith. And this being a Tower situation here of change for the better. So 3 wishes granted. Let's get you a final card here. And with that King of Rods and the Fool being caught with their pants down, that could also be about them making that choice based on their temptations and addictions. I think I did say that. We have reverse Libra energy. I'm going to attest that to the Seven of Swords energy. But this also being a call for balance in the upright energy. This will be connected to the Aries energy. This is polarity energy of Aries. So with that reversal Libra, I do feel that speaks to the upright energy of that Queen of Swords, who's also going to be the Empress energy, the High Priestess, and the one that was left out in the cold. We pretty. So everything. Color for Libra is going to be pink. And then it says balance is key. Next is beauty. And so with that reversal energy that's in balance, balance is key. Next is beauty. In all, we see both sides of law doing what's fair, giving life flair. Energy of 7 will be present here. So on top of that, I'm also getting the High Priestess being very disrespected, being lied on, possibly for the associations that this reversal energy, the Seven of Swords, is actually like you only speak on what you know. So if someone was lying and saying all these nasty things about someone else, most likely it's because they know about that stuff. Where I feel this High Priestess has no idea about any of the stuff that's been lied on them connected to the Seven of Swords or what's been taken. And so with the upright energy of their representation of this divine feminine, I get that being about that universal support coming through to not only clear someone's name, but to restore their credit. And that being that. What's at the bottom? Another reversal. Last quarter in reverse. I'm not even going to talk on this. This has come through as some negative intent in order to have someone being impoverished. And so I get this being about that being over. I'm not going to read this. Taurus Moons, this completes your reading. I hope that these messages were helpful, enlightening, empowering, and enriching here for you. I thank you all so much for your continued love and support. Welcome to all new subscribers, and until we meet again, I wish you all the very best. Take great care. I love you. Peace.